Hello, people. I'm Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. So, how many of you out there have and have had nightmares at some point? Or how many out there has nightmares, period? I know you get more than a phone book of answers and hands on that because the whole crowd, the entire population stands up and says, me, 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 me. Then some people might say, me too, me too, me too, me too. Yeah, I'm one of those such people too. And despite that, I love the horror genre of films. Yeah. How many of you out there remember that movie back in the near mid 1980s called A Nightmare on Elm Street? Remember that? When everybody instantly went to see that movie, they were terrified. They were horrified. People were afraid to go to sleep after that film. It had that much impact on society mentally and psychologically. So that was very good horror. Horror is meant to do that to horror fans. And that horror film was one of many horror films that did that to the fans and for the fans. Yeah, I watched that film, A Nightmare on Elm Street, at least 3 or 4 times. Sometimes I watched it on cable or regular TV where it was cut a bit. But that's one of those timeless classics right there that you can watch again, 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 and again. Yeah. And it's crazy that that film has psychological effects that can sometimes affect you in dreams too, because I've seen Freddy Krueger in the dreams. I've had a talk with him like that. I loathed him and felt disgusted by him being in my presence. But nevertheless, it was an awing type of experience. And other people said they dreamt of Freddy Krueger too. Because if you see something on film and it has that type of effect on you, then chances are you're going to dream about it. So I know millions of people probably had Freddy Krueger dreams. And it's a good thing that they recognize fact from fantasy, fact from fiction, because they told themselves, just like I did, that it's just a dream. Yep. Those films are guidebooks, people, and they also reveal things that are out there. Yeah, or they reveal particular urban legends that many are not aware of, but some are. Yeah, and that the Freddy Krueger concept came from a guy that really was Freddy Krueger, or he was at least named that. They said he was a demented psychopath, and he hung out in boiler rooms or crazy stuff like that. So that means when the filmmakers find a concept and they go with it on occasions, it might have been something that they were inspired by or influenced by themselves. Something they read, something they saw. We assume they just make it up out of thin air, like they create those characters out of thin air, like Freddy Krueger. But no, much thought goes into it, and those very characters must mean something to them, the directors of those films and the writers, producers, and whatnot. So they would try to use a true accounting story of some other event that happened. And in some cases, they'll use a comparable story and change the names of the characters on the films. They do that. Yeah, people, it's so much to life to be inspired by and influenced by. Then why not take advantage of that and all of it? It works like that. Well, yeah, the Freddy Krueger dreams, what does that mean? I know people are wondering. It means that if something is buried in your subconscious, something that means something to you and affects you spiritually and emotionally, then of course it may It might manifest in your very dreams during your sleep periods. Yeah, you might have saw some crazy stuff in A Nightmare on Elm Street that stuck on your mind that you were trying to forget. But when you went to sleep, you relaxed, and then it crept right back up and found its way into your dreams. There's a reason for nightmares, and they have to come from somewhere. Maybe they are inspired and influenced by things just like us, just like you.